Hi Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Tarot Solar Essence Studio. We are going to read for October 2023 and this is going to be a mini storyboard reading from me to you. Now let's get into it. I'm going to start with the Oracle cards and please don't forget that these are general readings, so their energies are for that given timeline and for the collective of that sign. So they are not a personal tarot reading to you, I kindly ask you to keep this in mind, okay? Let's find out now what oracle energy is coming to the forefront. Definitely check your moon rising signs as well. If you think those are also working for you, maybe you can find a complementary story there. So the first message is we have, okay, so we have maybe this is a South Node's influence on your sign. We have here the card of the fear, which can teach a great deal about oneself, and one can really catch some great teachings actually from those fears. Fears actually telling us that the courage is also available at the same time, because courage comes from its opposite. It feeds from its opposite, so that the courage can happen, right? So here it reminds me also a Nine of Swords energy, if this oracle was a tarot card. So this is actually, it's time to be courageous, and fear is again very useful when it teaches us something about ourselves. So here maybe what we can do is to discern. We can see if these fears are old fears belonging to old patterns, or are they new ones? Are they helpful to feed in the courage? And what blockage does it create? Okay, you can start asking these questions and actually explore that a bit. So fear, of course, you know, if there is something really stops us to fulfill our goals, our dreams, it is usually the fear. Even like it can be on a more daily level, like getting things done. So that fear compound always creates that neurological and also that stimulates that chemical part of our brain. And what our brain does, it works actually to protect us. So here you can also think about fear as what I want to protect myself from. Okay, so fears actually also comes from how we will be protecting ourselves, like. So it's actually a very, very old, archaic, very primal energy coming from from our human ancestors, right? So here, of course, you know, it can be also taught about what we are trying to cope with. So is it helping us actually to cope with something deep down? Okay. Of course, there is also that healthy kind of fear as I was talking about, it keeps us out of the dangerous situations, right? And also to stay away from someone who is actually maybe trying to like trap us into something. So in the end of the day, though, when we take a look at these occurrences in us, we can also discern, you know, what does this fear really served in me or today? Was it unrealistic? Was it untrue? Was it outmoded? Is it really buried somewhere so deeply? You know, these questions are good to speculate on. Plus, the protection element is important to mention here, because most fears have been formed with the positive intent of protection. This is also something I think to worth to mention. And sometimes we need to, I think, separate like our intention out and aside from the fear, and like maybe deal with the fear itself in a more resourceful or sometimes less destructive way, and not to harm ourselves and of course others, which can help us to create that ease and flow in our lives. Now, fear, of course, may have many names. Fear may have names. And in your life, in our lives, they show up in very different ways. There are, for instance, these covert ones. What are the covert fears? They are envy, jealousy, codependence, procrastination, bullying, people pleasing, disconnection. Everything actually comes from the fear of something. They are like more indirect ones. The more overt fears are avoidance, fear of failure, fear of success even, right? So it's a subject I think one really needs to sit with what they have, and due to that intellectual speculation, stimulation can really find you to work on these subjects, because everyone has one, okay? And you know, we sit with these things, not necessarily even like solve them, like fixing it, you know, solve it, fix it, you know, and now you are done, go for your goals. I'm not talking about something like that. This is to allowing space for yourself to sit through and to be able to think these concepts, and to make them aware, to make them conscious, you know, to yourself. Sometimes, you know, to find the antidote to fear, which is eventually the courage, right? And it's oftentimes fear sometimes puts that resistance to courage, and I think we sometimes need to thank it, because maybe it has protected us from also a vulnerable state, okay? Before leaping into the courage episode of our life. So And when we do that, really we see that it is actually losing its power on us. And you know, it's that we can be fearful and courageous at the same time. Please don't forget that. Because courage actually, you know, courage really, guys, contain that mighty dose of fear. And this is how they go together. So you can also understand that yin and yang concept, to be honest. But sometimes it's that full courage, you know, or full fear at times. So here some choices may kick in as we make things available to ourselves. The choices here can be, Libra, for instance, how to say, facing with the fear. This can be one way. And it can be like flowing through it, becoming like make its impact less on us, for instance. And not the most impressive process, of course. It may be very slow, very deliberate, you know, with small steps we take in. Now, you in the situation. So we are now the first three cards will show you in the mount, okay? It's going to be you in the situation, and then I'm gonna bring out the mini storyboard cards. By the way, I have realized that since my speech I'm talking is slow, you can listen my videos, you know, in your screen, and in that little place where this video plays out, there are some tools to arrange captions, subtitles. There is also the speed of this video. You can, it's now normal, but you can maybe maximize the speed of this video. See how am I talking. I think 1.25 is okay. 1.50 can be so fast, but 1.25 is also okay. For those, it actually makes me pretty much fluent if you watch it in that manner as well. But by the way, my speech is if I talk with someone on a daily basis, it can be very fluent, but reading tarot, there is an intuitive space, and it's like every time I step into them, and actually I don't want to be fluent when reading tarot because it's that spaces, that interesting intuitive experiences going on. You stop sometimes to receive that message, wait until it gives way to you, you know, there is this process. So this is because it's due to its meditative state. So that's why I allow actually space for myself, and I do enjoy from this process. So while reading tarot, the aim is not about speaking the best or good best English. It's about to deliver the right message out of that word jungle. Okay, so this is my aim actually as a non-native English speaker. Now, just wow. Okay, so you in the mount. We have the lovers. We have the. This is, I think, which one is that? This is Alchemical Tarot, one of my favorite tarot decks. You are measuring how far you have come. You know, there is a relationship connection. You are like measuring how far you are come, how far you have come. And maybe there is some type of a pressure on you from friends or people around you. Like there is some kind of a, you know, you may also find yourself worrying what another person thinks or others thinks here. But don't compare yourself, Libra. The sun telling me great deal when it comes to courage. And courage is so powerful, really, in this reading. No matter what form it takes, that you are slow and deliberate about something. You take steps here. And this is in your relationships, when you take a step, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be apparent for the other people, but this is a step for yourself, and this is what matters. And what others think really do not matter in that case, because this is your journey, this is your unique journey. So this is all about us measuring how far we have come in a connection. I see here you are you see like your good times and your good times or bad times with a person. There has been some choices in the past, and it's like how, though the next chapter is not going to be determined by how far you have come. Actually, we have the sun, the Leo energy, how people will be, what amount of courage they will have in order to connect. The experience itself is really it's like that great conjunction in the sky when two planets actually they come together by degree. It's like the conjunction, and the sun, the king. So and this is also a stage. It's Trinitas in the alchemy. We have this stage, the third yellow stage of the opus, you know, to become magnum opus. There is also a spiritual love here. A person's soul matters for you. Your soul actually matters for them. Some great understandings, great conjunctions in a relationship. So like this is foreplay. This is foreplay. Like in this one, it's like your elements are like combined with a person. It's like a minor conjunction. So minor conjunctions, attraction, coming together, and intercourse. Here you are like then take steps. You have 7 years, 7 months, maybe 7 weeks. There is some type of activity, and the action of love is actually getting grounded. But then it's like you measure the steps. You are like wondering what the next steps will be. And you know, there are 7 metals here, 7 different types of metals. Each are being different. Of course, there will be most probably here copper, silver, iron, right? I don't know what all the materials here there, but it can be lead, iron, copper, silver, moon, and gold. This is gold though. This is silver. This can be one of the bottom can be tin, so it goes up. So these are actually ancient planets. It's like the planets, like your astrological synastry with this person, your elements, and when combined, what they have like produced so far. And you are all moving through stages and transformation, and the ideal is to become gold. It's like you are measuring in what element we have come. And here, as it is the gold, we have the sun. So the sun, to become gold, to step into a union. But I think the idea here is it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It doesn't seem to be so easy from here, because I see a lot of blood, sweat, and tears there. Because I think something is in your connection with this person. It tests, and it tests the limits of love. It tests what magic the connection can create for the mystical experience. And after some hardship, it's like it gives the love experience, and this leads to a better life. And if doesn't lead, because the measurement here continues, I think you are at that stage. And if the love and experience is not counted, then it leads to fear and withdrawal, as it is stating here. It's like you are about to withdraw yourself from something. This is the story. So, but you are also being pulled with the magnetism of this person, I do feel. So, you know, if something continues, it's for the longevity. It's for changing together with someone. Otherwise, it's gonna be only you change and they are not. Or they change, you are not. So there is some type of a resistance. I can see that, Libra. And what makes you feel fearful there can teach great deal about yourself, about the other person, and about what you have been going through in general. Now, let's get your Marcel deck, Marcel cards out, and of course a Marcel deck. Let's get the oracle here, and I get my tea leaf cards here. So we will need space, but maybe I can do better if I let me see. Yes, okay. By the way, this is my new friend. You see my new friend. I haven't named her, him, I don't know, but I love its presence, really. So let's find out. Three of Cups. Oh, this one is, oh, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Now understood. Oh, okay, the Star. This is the ideal, or what is now currently at distance, but it's like some feelings and communication will harm the future of a situation. Then one, Temperance, needs to reconcile it, can't, and then have to take a break. A lot of curiosity, research. Page of Swords, also it's also a stalking card, this one. Interrogation card, like a person wants to hear things from your mouth. We have the Nine of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Oh, Phoenix Bird is here. The Empress is here. Oh, okay, the last card, Empress. I was continuing like 4 hours. Okay, just now a new world record for Guinness has came to my mind. You know, to sit with a maybe colleague or by yourself, but to perform the longest tarot spread and using a different text for it. To perform the longest tarot spread, starting a narrative and continuously talking about it, and it just goes, and I don't know how many kilometers. I don't know, but and one really needs to meditate, I think, weeks to do that. That's requires a preparation. So I don't know if there is any record like that in Guinness, like the longest tarot spread is has been interpreted or read. I am up for it. I will see. Yeah, maybe at some stage of my life, I can go for that, Libra. Okay, so we have the Star here, we have the Temperance, the Hangman, and the Empress. So these are your major arcana cards. We have also the Lovers and the Sun. So this is actually the nature of the relationships in your life is starting to change. It's starting to change, and this is actually happening because we have some ideals, some dreams, some hope, some healing, some longing for a more transcendental experience here. Like, I want to go outside of myself with this love, with this person. But it seems there are some complications to it. Two trees can be a third-sidedness, can indicate a third-sidedness or a third person intervening in. It's hard maybe in this connection to reconcile the differences, to reconcile the current circumstances has been really hard. I feel Seven of Pentacles also means to need to make a research, and it's like you need some type of information. I feel some Libras are searching about a person who has been maybe lately close to them, and literally like searching, you know, has there any part of them which has been lying and something fake here. The Page of Swords is like what you are here looking for, the information, because if you want to be like go to that Magnus Opus, the great work, if you want to complete that great work, you want to know where you want to step with them. Now your cards also, there are some other messages here, maybe we can talk. It's like till a last moment you are likely to avoid a judgment, because you want to know their like motives first, or you want to avoid making judgment of the motives of the others before you first get your research done, and you don't want to have this poor understanding of events and you want to see and know everything, because there is a inward and outward circumstances to this, and you want to know about anything before actually making a judgment. Then you can be like more comfortable about it. You want to know if there is something you need to sacrifice in this situation, or will it be like worth. This is something also you are here considering, I do feel. Because sometimes there may be a connection or a life pursuit. I mean, it continues. Okay, life continues, but sometimes it feels like you are not being directly involved and have an experience from the first hand, but rather it's like there is this feeling of detachment in you taking place, like you shouldn't take the stage or get your hands into that experience. Like you sit, we have the Venus energy Empress, you sit like you got to watch it from your throne. So it's like there is an experience and you got to be in it, but how long you can sit and see things like from your, like a throne, for instance. When I'm gonna get like directly involved with something or faced with it, because maybe this is maybe because there is a fear, maybe there is some fear into it, but it's like also excuse me, you need some motivation to maybe make that courage build on you. You trust a particular information and some maybe research going on, like about a subject. Okay, of course, not necessarily relationships. You can maybe apply it this for another situation which is taking place in your life. And after that, like everything comes together, the star and the Empress, you know, this is really, this feels good actually, because look, if this is your belief and hope, and this is with the Empress energy, there is this confidence in the truth of one's life and action, and one is having this faith that I am fulfilling my destiny, my dharma with this person, with this pursuit. I know now, because Nine of Cups and Four of Pentacles telling me that some stabilization will be formed of that after that anxious or fearful things. Like you will be confident in knowing something and reaching that information for yourself. So this can maybe give you some how do they say, like a comfort of knowing that something feels true for you, and it's like it's worth to go for instance. Okay, I haven't decided what I'm gonna name this video yet. I'm giving titles to the videos, but as I get your all cards out, I'm gonna decide for the title. But something is also being shaped in me, I have to say. You are also questioning if a person in your life has that lack of spiritual vigor, like how to say, you don't want to get into like the depressive side of something, and it's like when you have to step into that low vibration Libra, or that depressive side. Depression even actually is a mechanism to protect us even. It's like muting ourselves actually again for protection. Actually these things at some point, they are not really some kind of I mean the modern, of course, medicine defines things like illness, you know, this and that, sickness and this and that. But, you know, it's like the body actually, or in general, psychology is that, you know, it's always the body moves in a way to raise its potential, but for this, it lacks some things, like also depress them. So a lot of things actually happening is to like protect, but at some point going a bit imbalanced, let's say. So here the idea is in your reading, you know, it's like if someone like or something fails you at first, it's not that, oh, okay, I'm living now and no chance for you kind of thing. You wanna like you just don't want to lose your interest into something just because it has now a different state. You want to see and know that this is some type of a process and a state which may not have a continuity, like, so that it's actually that need to give space to another person. And also having your steps space there, because I think you were about to lose your interest in something. You were about to lose that excitement into something. And I think actually Libras, I don't know what type of a social environment you are in, but there were some social pressure on you. Like I feel some social pressure, maybe coming from like friends, family, or community, like trying to lead you into some type of a direction. You are getting this unsolicited opinions around people. It's that like there is this expectations I see, one putting too much to a love relationship and then withdrawing. It's like after this up and down, it's from your side, it's a bit, you choose to be a bit conservative here. And I see the pressure which is also coming to you. Okay, so let me get some tea leaf cards. There are also other readings for October, and I will continue to do them for sure throughout the month. But in the comment section I am linking also the other videos for October. There are also some videos from September still, and also some timeless readings. If you are interested also to equip yourself with some other information coming from the readings or understanding and insights, you can check the comment section for the links. There is also a career reading, by the way, for those who understands, who understand. For those who want to consider, I was as I picked the dog card, actually I was about to say there is a person who understands and wants to protect you, but it got mixed there. So there is a person, there is a protective friend. Okay, so among that social pressure, I feel maybe there is a protective friend of a same from same sex, and there is this deep friendship with them. Maybe they support you or you also support them. There is some sort of a misunderstanding going on, which gives a lot of dissatisfaction. Maybe you want to know, how am I gonna you know, correct it. There you go, reconciling something, the differences or that misunderstanding, some protection. When a lot of protection cards come in a reading, it's that there is someone or something, usually in our environment, who try to set things like against you, or like, let's say the energy is not playing out well nowadays, but there is this protection over you. Now the boot and increasing your efforts, and if you want to achieve your goals, actually coming with the courage here, and something saying, okay, fear now is enough, or this now I have to step into something. There are gifts coming, psychic ability, you got to trust your intuition, and also a new job raise, or some type of rewards coming, because this courage energy is not making you step into increasing your efforts, or making you to like only feeling encouraged, but also it is opening some ways to the other areas of life. And to be honest, the quality of your relationships and your general state of wellness and being is also affecting the other compartments of life. When one gets better, it seems the other also gets better there. So there is definitely some interconnectedness to look for yourself. Let me check. You're gonna reconcile with that person. There can be a female boss figure. You may be later stepping into a safer place, while you also try to handle maybe some relationship problems there. You may be also finally finish that research or that looking for insight period, and may have some belief that it's gonna be well with a person. You don't have to worry about. When it comes to third-party relationships, though, it may be you withdrawing yourself and to see what, you know, the other person really decide for, but you are like happy to also pursue you by yourself, as yourself. This is also another thing. And at the meanwhile, concentrating and work and get satisfaction maybe from a love life. Okay, so plenty of fish in the sea, and we have also the sea birds, one of the seabirds. So the artist who draws these, there are many artists actually drawing the Dixit cards, but I love them. They are very dreamy, surreal, lots of symbols, and some cards also have associations from others, also tarot symbolism. So I love my Dixit cards. Unfortunately, in my country, we don't have all of them because they are like parts. But I think I got the 3 or 4 boxes of them, because Dixit cards have, you know, Dixit cards, dreams, revelations. You know, it's. I don't think that we have the last 4-5 series of, in my country. It will be very difficult to bring them here, but nevertheless, I love that I have even the 4 packages from this deck. So much love them. I so much love them. So hybrid cards. Okay, now the fish in general as symbolism, it's actually, you know, how lucky we are. So it's that Piscean energy. and there is some type of a fortune associated with that. With the fish, there is no really a bad symbol when it comes to cartomancy, of course. I mean, in general, the fish is, when you find the fish, you are good, because it's fortunes, abundance, for those who are like looking for instance, to become a mother. It's pregnancy, it's money, income, financial income, health, wish being fulfilled, and success in general in all undertakings. Now, though it can be like with a twist sometimes, because when the fish symbolism is not well affected in a reading, it may be also talk about some circumstances. Let's say the income is small, so the finance is a bit dependent. Like, there are things but not extraordinary. I mean, it doesn't actually necessarily super negative, but there is this let's say average. So the fish actually never becomes a really bad omen in a reading. So it can be actually everything's good, but could have been maybe better kind of thing. But in this reading, you are creating your own luck and fortune here. Now, this is there is, because here, when you catch the fish, and also the biggest and the most, let's say, nutritious, I think it's okay if you are selective and picky this month, Libra. You just don't want to put fish, not any fish, but that fish you want. It's like those big bears in that, usually in the documentaries, they go to that where there is a stream, river stream, they go and hunt salmons, right? Very happy hunting time for them. Well, they eat and eat and eat, make their families feed, and then they go for the winter sleep. So it's like this, it's like you actually like catching salmons here. It's like having enough of something and you are okay with it. I mean, because in the, animal kingdom, there is no greed actually. Like, everyone gets what they need and leave the rest, because knowing that it's gonna be available for them later, right? So, but in the human world, it's not like that. It's always definitely that surviving element. Even like you have the riches of the worlds, you want to have more, because I think that survival element feeds also that greed as well. I mean, those concepts we usually use, like greed, and it actually comes from very predominant and primal instincts, I think. So here, I think and fear is also a primal instinct, right? So here the idea is, Libra, when you sit with everything we talked, you're gonna differentiate those concepts and gonna do really what is necessary for you, what is yours and what is not, in what ways you need to be encouraged, in what ways it is other people's job and you don't have to do it. Even like the courage amount, the involvement amount, is that you don't have to be a lot of things for a lot of people, and there are also your counterparts also need to take the responsibilities on them. Like, there is a plenty of fish, everyone in the sea, And this also then brings the circumstances are being formed, but if people still not choosing where they want to be, then there is a problem there. Okay, you say, okay, you don't choose, but I choose, and I choose to stand in this way. Okay, so it's simply that, nothing less, nothing more. Okay. And all these fishes, it's this all the fishes. There's a plenty of much of things, gifts, psychic ability, intuition. This is your biggest gift actually. New jobs, raise. It's like once you get better and in analyzing something and understand where it's coming from, you start to do better automatically in other fields of life as well. This is what I have. So yes, it's up to people if they're gonna be the opus magnum, the great work, or not. Because obviously there is a lot of, like this planet's face to the golden sun, the gold. A lot of work has been done there. Okay? So it's a monument of work, and it has a value, it has an effort. I love, you see the Sacred Heart is also here. I love it. Actually, I have a deck for you, Libra. It's your birthday month, so let me get my Sacred Heart deck for you, and I'm gonna gift you a card. I hope you enjoy. Now, okay, time for some Libra present. For those who doesn't know, I'm a Libra rising. I have, I think I have like ascendants. I have also like 3 big planets there in Libra. Okay, so we have the Sibyl of the Heart. Unfortunately, they have the custom, officers in the custom departments, they are not nice to the things which comes from foreign lands. They are like, oh wait, what tax I'm gonna put it on. They are torn here. But even from the toughest and the hardest and the rawest hands of that ignorant customs officers, my deck has made its way. I really don't like this primitive way of really like everyone's hands on like everything, but it came. I'm happy. It's been a while since it made its way here. I want to get one card for you. Okay, let's make it like that. Now we have the Sacred Heart. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. The stage. I think that's copper. That's copper, I think. So just a sec. Yes. Sorry for the interruption, Libra. That was important. Okay, so for the Sacred Heart, I want to see that copper, because it's alchemy. It's alchemical. It's an alchemical momentum. It shows the planets and also the alchemical stages. So that one stage, the copper stage, like of that progress, let's say, before being lead and silver and what was about that? The copper stage. Actually, with this deck, I want to design a spread. I think, for instance, the possible stages of our relationships, the possible stages of our relationships, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, silver, lead, copper, you know, tin, the other elements of the alchemical work. Getting one card like for each and reading the gradual stages of a relationship would be wonderful, by the way. A reading I can bring maybe for a channel, and I got just inspired from a relationship sign, so and of course my Libra rising. Just felt so inspired. Thank you, Libra, for giving me inspiration with your presence. So, okay, that copper stage, that's to the Sacred Heart. Oh, yes, this is the heart. Now, I'm gonna show you the rest of the deck, because the rest of the deck is all about the stages of the Sacred Heart. You see? It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Just wonderful. So, there are 36 cards from this one. Just a sec, Libra. I'm looking for something. And will I find it? It's like in this reading, you are like a guest to my home. And it's like, I'm telling you, Libra, would you like to have a coffee? Just a sec. I'm looking for additional, a companion deck actually for that, but I couldn't find enough. But yeah, just one stage of the relationship, what we can say then. Okay, now this is wisdom. And if you are coming from other, by the way, countries, here are also other languages: sapienza, sagesse, sabedoria, Weisheit, that's German, and wisdom. So, see your symbols there. That's an owl, a snake, the inner eye, third eye, and the heart. Okay, now this is prudence, and there is a moment in your connection with this person, for instance, wisdom, I think, occurs there. It's an in-depth wisdom. It gives you the wide view of your reality. It's like the alchemy of our relationships. At some point, we need that wide view of reality with the person. That wise steps usually also brings the secrets of the souls. So the secrets also come. So we have this acquisition of secrets. And why it is like secrets usually has that bad quotation with it, but actually it's not. It's about the soul secrets that we only share with a few people in our lives. And when we share, it's like we initiate that alchemical also interaction with them. And it's like you share a secret to me, and I say, from wow, you really, went through that, or was really that. So this also actually changes me. It touches me. And same when I do this to you as well. So there was a then in the relationship, in the alchemy of your relationship with this person, there is an important compound you have attained, and this is one of your assets, because it has give you the ability to see far beyond human comprehension, and it actually activated maybe that your intuition. It put you into a pre-motion, and there was this revelation of some hidden truths in a, let's say, rational way, in an appropriate way, let's say, not in a traumatized way, because this becomes a work again, alchemical transformation. So this can be also something you have attained, by the way, information through a divination. It can be, because there is also a psychic ability here, clairvoyance, and you have also that eye there as well. So there was something, I think, look, some Libras, we have the snake here too, may have discovered some deception, or feeling that there is some type of deception, not necessarily coming from the person, not to put like fingers, I'm not talking about that, but something feels off, but it's like you haven't like discovered yet, but then you have discovered about it. Or there has been things that help you to discover it, and it talks about some secrets actually coming to life, as we have the Page of Swords. This is the, remember, the spy card, but this can be even also like an inner eye spy. Again, it's like, because it's gonna affect the matters of trust. So there has been stages you have paid attention, and you observe and you listen, and maybe at some point you still like can't trust, like you have to keep some ideas and some things too close to your heart still, and don't want to maybe share it. You got to seek knowledge and information to make the best use out of it, and of course not to exploit it, but to use it in appropriate circumstances. This is going to give you a power. And from there we have the journey. Well, from there, there won't be any entanglement, because this heart flies, baby. You see, this heart flies from the stationary point. This heart flies, so that the confidence arises. This can be sometimes, because this is about confidence, it can be, and also the changes you got to do. Or moving away any unwanted circumstances, okay? I mean, just this reading shows me how important also to catch the necessary fish which is swimming around. Like, you got to be so selective also with things, especially when it comes to information. Thank you very much, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this over 1 hour birthday present like reading. I hope it has given you insights you were looking for at this time. You can also, if you are new to my channel, by the way, you can, if you have a personal tarot question, I have this question answer live streams running daily in the channel. You can also come and ask me your questions, your tarot questions in those live streams. But there has been lately changes with the live streams, and also if you're an old querent, I have made some changes. Please check the description box below to see how we run things in the channel lately, and how we actually conduct these question answer live streams as well. It's gonna give you all the information for also other content. If you want to have also some other insights around the especially around career, I'm gonna link also the videos in the comment section. So that's all from me, Libra. Thank you so much, happy birthday, and bye for now.